Water. It often introduces a set of challenges that makes the property insurance industry squirm. When it's nearby, you know it could complicate underwriting. But how do you ever really know the proximity of water to your client's property? And will your client even remember the small creek that runs behind their backyard? During the builder's risk application process, we ask if the structure or project is located within 1,000 feet of tidal water or on a barrier island. Your answer to this question will impact the project's eligibility for certain coverages such as wind and backup of sewers, drains, or sumps. After personally underwriting thousands of course of construction risks, I've learned you just can't make assumptions about the location. So I'm going to show you a free tool that will solve the challenge for you. But first, let's establish the definition of a barrier island. According to Zurich, a barrier island is a landmass separated by water that requires a bridge to access. When completing our builder's risk application for a project on a barrier island, make sure to select yes to this question regardless of the proximity to water. If this question is not answered accurately, it may result in a policy rescission, or Zurich may pursue legal action for misrepresentation of the application submitted. Now, let's take a closer look at the rest of that question within 1,000 feet of tidal water. What does Zurich consider tidal water? A good guideline is any water that rises and falls with the tides and is fed by an ocean, gulf, or sea coastline. Your client's project site may fall within this area if it's near intercoastal waterways, bays, inlets, rivers, creeks, lakes, and other similar bodies of water. Before you submit the application, make sure to map the location to confirm its proximity. Google Maps is a free tool you can use to measure. I'm going to map 3 unique addresses that will demonstrate properties located on a barrier island within 1,000 feet of tidal water and both. Once you have the address ready, follow these steps. Let's map the first property. As you can see, this location is both on a barrier island and within 1,000 feet of tidal water. Okay, let's move on to map the second property. As you can see, this location is not on a barrier island, but is within 1,000 feet of tidal water. And lastly, we'll map the third property. Unlike the one before, this location is on a barrier island, but is not within 1,000 feet of tidal water. So if you were submitting an application for any one of these properties, you would answer yes to the application question. Once you select yes to that question, an underwriting hold will trigger because our team needs to determine whether wind coverage can be included. You can also find coastal maps on usassure.com that outline areas ineligible for wind coverage. If the risk does not qualify for wind coverage through Zurich, it may still be eligible for builder's risk coverage excluding wind. We could also evaluate eligibility for wind coverage through our E&S market. If the risk is eligible for wind coverage, a quote will be provided. So the next time you're filling out a builder's risk application and see that question about tidal water or barrier island, don't guess. Use the tools, ask questions, and lean on our underwriters to help you get it right.